different, fun. Godzilla! The Brave and the Bold edition, the 3 Waves of Doom. The story is there is a mysterious red wave after a sub-oceanic explosion, and the government can't deal with it, so they need to figure out a solution, and that solution will be Task Force X, or also known as the Suicide Squad. But at this point they didn't really deserve the name. They still need to go for it, and they still need to prove that they deserve to be the Suicide Squad, or they are crazy enough to be those guys. Who would you call in cases like this? The team is very different from what we know in later interactions of the comic books, because they have Rick Flag Jr., who is basically the pilot of this crazy mothership, and there is Karen Davis, who is a nurse slash love interest for basically all the guys in the squad, and we have 2 scientists, Jesse Bright and Dr. Evans, who are here to brood us their beautiful mind and find the less disturbing solution for every kind of situation. So like you see, it's a bit different than what we know, especially in this issue, because we get a lot of flashbacks from Rick, which is amazing in a way, but in another way you just start to wondering, is this Rick Flag, is the Rick Flag who we know? Or is it a completely different guy with the same name? And my answer for this question is definitely he is completely different, because all of them are very different, because this is a very different Suicide Squad. For example, in this entire story they are on their flying laboratory, where Rick is the pilot, scientists work at the back, and the girl is just there, and I have no idea why, because she's not really important in this story. What I completely can understand in a way, because they are not Power Rangers, so they cannot really become robots, because the enemy is the really interesting part of this issue. Okay, here is the enemy. It's a purple Godzilla with a horn in his head. Oh no, this is not everything, because this thing, after they attacking him, he can take the colors of green from everything green around him. What? To be honest, this story has everything why I love old comics and why old comics work so freaking well, and in a lot of ways maybe a little bit even better than modern day comics. Pure craziness and full with fun. Box of Matches. The Sun Curse. This story started as a sci-fi story, then it became Honey, I Shrunk the Kids! And after that it became a typical American war story. But that Matches Ladic stays the best part of the story, especially with the cover word Bird Attack. Oh yes! Hitchcock is nothing against the Suicide Squad. To be honest, they fired up this story quite big time, maybe even more than Purple Godzilla when he threw a sub into their airplane's way. Okay, my favorite panel in this story was definitely this one. Don't you think it's time about we tell Jesse and Dr. Evans we love each other, Rick? Asking Karen the completely unnecessary question in the middle of a crisis situation. The completely randomly unnecessarily necessary love story continues, and it keeps me laughing even harder than in the first story. Ooh, craziest moments. Using Meteor to speed up their spaceship. Bruce Willis could learn a couple of things from these guys. Paris. Underground. Dinosaurs. Serpent in the subway. In this 8-page story, the squad takes a little break and they go to Paris. Where else would you go? And they're taking the world famous subway to test drive. But of course, it cannot be that easy than it sounds like. Okay, you won't believe in what's happening after this point. They get attacked by, wait for it, a serpent, which probably the last dinosaur on planet Earth. By the way, I'm pretty sure the writers have some megaloman ideas how to destroy this planet, because they just playing their cards so freaking well. I mean, just think about it, every single villain in this Brave and Bold story arc is bigger than a human, and they are human beings against these giant monsters. Why no one ever made a movie of this Suicide Squad? Seriously people, what's wrong with you, Hollywood? Get a plastic bag and say the word. And the love continues growing in this episode, and I'm just like, Rick, aren't we ever going to get a chance to be alone? and hurt Jesse and Dr. Evan's feelings. Oh, isn't Rick is the most romantic guy in this planet? He cares about his friends' feelings. Who the hell does that? He almost like Sam Mellon from Cheers. While Karen is the most spread Diane Chambers of all time. I mean, Diane Chambers. I have a favorite panel in this story. Even the Parisians recognize the famous members of Task Force X. I thought they are, secret agents or something? Or they just secret agents in the US? I mean, that's pretty cool. I wanna be part of this squad. I mean, being famous and save the world and your country don't even know that what you're doing, it sounds freaking amazing for this guy. So let me know your thoughts from the first free story of the Brave and the Bold story arc, or time, or whatsoever it is. Tell me what do you think about these purple Godzillas and serpents and all this kind of crazy thing what the Task Force X needs to face with. Let us discuss in the comments below, and don't forget, read the next free story by tomorrow! Come back, see you soon!